divine powers are always working for us because we're doing right. Thank you so much for tuning in to this video. You are very lucky to be watching this video right now. The universe has a very special purpose for you, and I just want you to know everything that you feel should be happening for your life, it's gonna happen after you open your third eye, okay? And I'm about to tell you how to open and how to activate your third eye, okay? And so my name is TreniuS Henderson. I opened my third eye maybe about 2 years ago, man, 2 years ago. And before then, I didn't know nothing about the third eye, or none of these technical terms about like how to become spiritually awakened or nothing. I was actually lost, and I couldn't get a job nowhere, and nobody believed in me. I was at rock bottom. I didn't have no money. You know what I mean? The mother of my son left me. I didn't have my son with me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like everything was at rock bottom, and so I didn't know what to do. So the only thing that I knew to do was like empower myself. Empower myself. And the way I empowered myself was, you know what I'm saying, I just started reading a lot of self-help books. And I'm gonna tell you how to open your third eye, everything. I'm gonna tell you what happened with me on my experience. I'm gonna tell you what it was like when I opened my third eye, how I knew I opened my third eye and all that. Just stay tuned through this video. But I want to tell y'all a little bit about me and everything too. So, like I said, I got to a point where, I had to turn to God. You know what I'm saying? I had to turn to the universe to really help me get out of this pit that I was in my life. I felt like nobody could understand me. I felt like I was an outcast, like I was different from everybody else. I just didn't know what it was. I just didn't know what I was here to do. And so the only thing I knew to do was like turn to like empower myself. So like what I did was I started going to the library regularly. I started reading books on self-help, like how to change my thoughts. You know what I mean? Like how to change my whole way of thinking. You know what I mean? Because I got to a point where I started to figure out like, okay, I can't change other people. They not changing, even though I'm telling them that they wrong. I'm telling them they wrong. And I know for a fact, like half of the things that I was telling people that they should change, they should have changed, but they wasn't changing. So the only thing I thought to do was to change myself so I won't have to deal with them, or so I won't, be able to be, have a negative reaction towards people that I felt like wouldn't change. You know what I mean? So I had to basically work to keep myself cool, calm, and collective without letting people get to me in order to change my own reality, if that makes any sense. Because I didn't want to be in the situation that I was in. So the only thing I knew was, okay, I need to make myself better so that I won't react to these people around me who frustrating me, who making me angry, to my situation that's making me upset, that's making me mad. I need to go ahead and figure out how to change myself. So that's why I said I went and started reading self-help books. So if you want to activate your third eye and you want to, open your third eye, what you got to do is you got to start reading self-help books, okay? Self-help books, self-help, psychology, cognitive psychology books. Just go to the library and just ask them, hey, what are self-help books at, okay? Anything to do with the brain, anything to do with how to change your mindset, how to change your thoughts, that's self-help stuff. And not only was I reading self-help books, but I was also reading inspirational books too. So you need to read inspirational books, like books with daily quotes in them and stuff. You know what I mean? Books with daily quotes in them. Day one, this is the daily quote for the day. And I remember I had a little journal. I used to write in my journal up under the daily quote, like everything that, happened with me during that day, day two, blah, blah, blah. Like, so go get inspirational books as well. But not only that, it's gonna help you open your third eye. You got to connect yourself with the universe, meaning you gotta pray. You have to pray. Like, you have to be honest with the universe. Like, my whole thing was, I wanted to find out what I was here to do in life, I wanted to find out my purpose. I wanted to find out my gifts. I didn't know my purpose. I didn't know my gifts. I didn't know what I was here to do. So the only thing I knew was to connect with the creator who created me and figure it out. Like, I begged the creator. I begged and begged and begged and begged. And that's what you got to do for the next 3 weeks. What you got to do is you got to pray, and you got to really want it. Okay? You got to pray to the universe that you really want the doors to open for your purpose. Okay? And on top of that, you got to be reading self-help books. You got to be reading inspirational books. And all this stuff is doing is conjuring up for your third eye to be open. Because that's what happened to me along my journey. That's what happened to me along my journey. Like, I got into a habit. I began to do this so much. That this is when my third eye opened. But listen what I'm saying. But I began to do this so much. Like, I remember I just be in a room for hours just reading books because I wanted to change my life. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to be out here in places like Las Vegas, be chilling, be in a position where I don't have a boss. I'm my own boss. I want to do all this what I'm doing right now. And I opened my third eye, and it made that possible for me. Okay? The third eye is located in the very center of your brain. Okay? It's the same thing that's on the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. Okay? It's called the Eye of Horus. Okay? Everybody think that it's some negative stuff, nothing. You know what I mean? It's all about knowledge. It's all about knowledge. And the third eye, which is the pineal gland, okay, on the inside of your brain, is also called the seat of the soul, okay? The inner eye is what sees the true reality around you. Two eyes don't see. Two eyes can be easily deceived, okay? But when you activate your third eye, you can see reality for what it truly is. Okay, and so that's why it's very important to activate your third eye, because you want to see reality for what it truly is, so you'll know who you are and you'll know exactly what steps and what you need to do in order to get to where you need to go. Okay, and so look, I remember it like yesterday, man. I was laying in my bed. I was reading a book called well, I don't know what it was called. I forgot what it was called, but it was an inspirational book by an author named Max Lucado. You can look him up. Maxlucado, Max Lucado. And I remember the book had a little yellow dog on the front or whatever. And I was just reading this book, right? And this is at a time in my life where I was still at rock bottom, but I had did the best I can to make myself better with reading books and learning and helping myself be better. And I got to a point where I was like turning the pages. I was kept reading. I was turning the pages. And then like all of a sudden, when I had finished the chapter. All of a sudden, when I got to this next chapter of this book, it's like my whole brain just activated. Like my whole, I don't know, it just happened out of the middle of nowhere. My mind just activated. In that split second, I changed. I was no longer the person who I used to be. You know what I'm saying? I was no longer the person who I used to be. Now I was a totally new person. You know, understand what I'm saying? And that's all because I had activated my third eye. Okay, but at the time, I didn't know what happened. I didn't know exactly what happened or anything like that. You know, all I knew was I knew something that I didn't know before. I had tapped into some type of higher potential of myself that I didn't have before. Okay, but it felt good. It felt like I had finally came to a point in my life where I had received all the answers that I was looking for in one split second. Okay, but so after that I went like on this frenzy for learning knowledge. I was learning knowledge like crazy. Like, yeah, I had found a secret. And that's when I came across the law of attraction and all this stuff, and it all made sense because I had started reading all these books and learning all this stuff about myself because I had went on the inside to learn about myself. And then when I watched The Secret Law of Attraction DVD and all that stuff, it said the same thing that I had just experienced. Okay, and so that's how I knew I had activated my third eye. Okay, so this is how you open your third eye. This is how you activate your third eye. You gotta be so hungry for it that you just go on the inside. You start changing your whole brain with self-development books, inspirational books. You start, praying to the universe. What is my purpose? What am I here every day for the next 3 weeks? You know what I mean? You gotta start diving into the universe and trying to get answers. Not begging. I don't want to say begging for lack of terms, but you gotta be hungry for it. You know what I mean? You gotta be hungry for it, man. And looking back on it now, today, I can say, wow, there was a time when I opened my third eye, okay? Like I said, when I first came across this knowledge about the third eye and stuff like that, I thought it was evil. I thought it was something negative because I felt like I was going outside of religion and stuff like that. I thought it was gonna be bad. I thought it was something to do with Satan, devil worship, all that. It ain't nothing to do with none of that. That's the funny thing about it. It's all about activating your mind, illuminating your mind so you can see what's really going on in your reality and who you really are and what you need to do. And that's what the ancient Egyptians was trying to portray on their hieroglyphs. These ancient Egyptians had all knowledge. They had all power, and they used symbols and they used hieroglyphs to portray their message. And one of the hieroglyphs was the Eye of Horus, aka the seat of soul, which is just a representation of how it's built in your mind. The pineal gland is built in your mind, and that's what they were trying to depict, you know what I mean, for us to understand, or whoever to read it to understand. They just used a different way of writing. They use symbols, okay? So this is how you activate and open your third eye. Once you open your third eye, you ain't gonna be able to go back to your old self. I just wanna let you know that right now. So if you like this pit that you in, or if you like all this negative stuff that's happening in your life, you like you not being able to get yourself financially stable, you like being miserable, okay, if you want to stay here, to each his own. You can stay here and you can be miserable for the rest of your life, like some people who live to be 40, 50, 60 years old and don't never actually become alive, but they living, but they never really start to become alive and live life and have fun like I'm doing and like you gonna do. You can do that, or you can open your third eye, be awakened to the truth, spiritually awakened, live a much more positive, much more happier lifestyle, be able to do what you want, be able to manifest what you want whenever you want. You choose. But when you live in this life, you'll never be able to go back to misery. I'm just letting you know that right now. So comment below and let me know if you want to open your third eye. Just comment below and let me know if you want to open your third eye. Now, this is what I'm going to do for some of you out there who might need some help with trying to find the right books. Okay, you might need some help with trying to find the right books. You want to know a little bit more deeper about like exactly what I did and how I prayed and stuff like that. If you want to get down to the bottom of like how I really implemented all the stuff that I did on my journey to open my third eye, I'll cut y'all a break. I'll cut you a break, okay? Normally my sessions is $150 for 45 minutes. I'll cut you a break. If you want a session with me and you want me to help you open your third eye, okay? You want my personal assistance, okay? I got you covered for more than less than half of $150. All you gotta do is send me an email and I'll help you. Just send me an email. It's gonna be in the comment section of this video, TreniusHenderson@gmail.com. Look in the comment section, send me an email and just put in the subject, TreniuS, I want you to help me open my third eye. Okay? Say, TreniuS, I want you to help me open my third eye in the subject, and I'm gonna send you my message back and we'll go from there. Okay? Because I know it ain't easy being in the bottomless pit of life. Trust me. And that's what I felt like. I felt like I was in a pit. I felt like all the doors was locked. I was stuck. I couldn't get out. Nobody believed in me. Nobody wanted to help me. Nobody saw my vision. I didn't even have a vision. Nobody knew my purpose. And I didn't know if I was coming or going. But I did these things that I'm telling you in this video. And magic happened. Magic happened. I will never forget it. And when you open your third eye, you will thank me later. And you will never forget it also. All right? So with that being said, this is how you activate and open your third eye. Now I'm warning you, There's no turning back. All right? I'm TreniuS Henderson. Get in contact with me. First come, first serve. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.